It has been a bloody weekend, but praise the Lord. The Commissioner of Police, Clayton Fernanda, held a mid-morning press conference to announce that there are 3 Negro gangsters who is in custody for the murder of the former Deputy Speaker of the Honorable House of Assembly, Donald Saunders. So that is breaking news. 3 men are in custody, and according to reporters who attended the press conference, the Commissioner of Police explains how the incident unfolded. So that is interesting. Meanwhile, there has been 6 Negro citizens who was shot in what one media described as a massacre. Of course, no one died, but I'm advised the oldest was 44 years old, the youngest was 6, and of course, in the 6, 2 of them is well known to the police, and you know what that means. They were on bail for some very serious criminal offenses. And then, of course, in Andres, there has been video evidence showing 2 Negro men entering a bar, ordering drink, and as the bartender bent over to fetch some ice to Negroes, they took out their guns and they all blast him in his back. So from the video, it appears that he was unaware that he was being shot. I'm certain with that in that split second, he must have heard the gunshot, but he was taken off guard. So these are some of the things that has happened over the weekend, and it's been happening with such regularity, I almost have forgotten some of the reports which I have received. I'm going to look at the Free National Movement to show you how the FNM is weightless. I'm going to call out the FNM today. They're weightless. The FNM is a public disgrace. I'm going to call them out and show you how they're not committed to hanging murderers. This is Freedom March. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save righteous men who will rise up to hang murderers. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker, and of course, today happens to be Tuesday, the 2nd of April, 2024. Yesterday, the nation celebrated. What did we celebrate yesterday, my spiritual advisor?
I don't know what yesterday was. All I know is tied into the pagan Easter celebrations, which means yesterday in the Bahamas we call it Easter Monday.
Okay, well, I thank you for your
that's what they call
comments.
Yeah.
So the nation celebrated Easter Monday.
Ishtar.
And of course, that was a public holiday. I didn't go out to celebrate. There was too much reports of bad men up and down the island, and I took a decision to go into hiding. I refused even to go to Adelaide Village, where I traditionally attend the Anglican Church event. I just hid from everybody. So I thank God that perhaps my hiding may have spared my life, because there is real fear in our society. Lots of robberies are taking place, lots of shooting is taking place, plenty murders are taking place, and the king's opposition is not doing a job. And I'm going to show you how the Free National Movement is not playing its constitutional role in a democracy. Can you imagine that the deputy chairman and the deputy speaker of the Free National Movement was murdered, and not an FNM has called for a national vigil in protest of murder? Can you imagine that? Not a vigil, not a prayer service, not a gathering even at the FNM headquarters. The FNM is worthless and incompetent, and it is not good for the democracy. Here is a wonderful opportunity for the FNM to call its supporters together and speak to the governing Progressive Liberal Party and call for national unity on arresting murder suspects, taking them swiftly before the court, and popping their necks. But I want you to watch it. Y'all go vote for them? Huh? And these are some of the more educated political leaders in your society. So we saw it. Dr. Minnis showed up when he received reports. He lives up on the hill, and it's in the valley where Don Sanders was murdered. So it was easy for Dr. Minnis to slide down the hill and go to the scene. Did he call for the nation to unite on the issue of capital punishment? No, he did not. We saw that the leader of the king's opposition, Michael Pentard, he was there. And Michael Pentard was not man enough to demand that those who commit murder should be hanged. I'd hope, but you know I'm compromised. So I'm not going to criticize Dr. Dwayne Sands hard, because in more recent time, it appears that once I criticize him, something physically is going to break down on me, and I'm going to need his medical assistance. But I'm tempted to criticize Dr. Dwayne Sands and say to him, my God, Dr. Dwayne Sands, Rupert Roberts, the businessman, and myself, we showed you how to organize a march and a demonstration. And you mean to tell me y'all don't see the importance of rallying the nation to hang murderers? Y'all are that punch drunk and don't seem to understand it is a national disgrace that the former deputy speaker was shot down as if he is a dog? Ha! My spiritual advisor, behold the Bahamian people, they need prayer and they need Jesus and the rope.
Absolutely. Well, Sandra, I'll comment on what you just said after we would have looked at the scripture. Today we're going to go to the book of 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse number 4. And as you are aware, my mother officially is a widow. And of course, there is, a message to the children and the grandchildren who of course, is left with the charge to take care of her. This week, we're going to bury my father on Saturday. But here's a message to the children and the grandchildren. It says, but if a widow has children or grandchildren, these should learn first of all to put their religion into practice by caring for their own family and so repaying their parents and grandparents, for this is pleasing to God. 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse number 4, a very, very powerful passage. It's a sober reminder to the children, which is inclusive of me, and the grandchildren who are left behind, that officially my mother is a widow, and she's not to be left to the church to be taken care of. This is now solely the job of the children and the grandchildren to make sure that she's properly taken care of. So what would happen now is we have basically replaced my father now by taking care of his wife, who's been left behind. This is not a time to cash in on her. We're not trying to get a paycheck, but the scripture says, but if a widow has children or grandchildren, these should learn first of all to put their religion into practice by caring for their own family and so repaying their parents and grandparents, for this is pleasing to God. The word of God is so quick and powerful and always precise, and is always blessed. Amen. Thank you, Mr. Medusa. And back to you, Sandra.
I thank you, my spiritual advisor. It is a powerful sermon to children everywhere in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, for we must be educated and taught that when dad, if there's a dad, is deceased, it is the duty of all children to unite in love and to take care of their mother. Last week, I've been to a home where a man had just died and the children were rowing over the wealth. And after a while, I couldn't take it. So I said, has he been buried yet? And they said, no, he's not been buried. I said, you don't think you all should wait until he's buried or wait until in the grave? Because in my family, my mother's family, because of their cultural background, funeral. We love a good row at a funeral and a good row at a wedding. And we had a relative who had died, and it was decided that Uncle Bill, I don't care if his children don't like what I'm saying, he's my uncle. They decided they would read the will at the grave. And I thought it was a mistake. They should have waited until Uncle Bill was buried. But they began to read the will. And when cousin Annie discovered that her father didn't leave her anything. She hollered, "Oh, Papa dead, Papa dead!" And so everybody tried to comfort her. And she picked up a bullet of rock. "Oh, Papa dead, Papa dead!" Bam! And she stoned the coffin. Ever since that, Mama say, no more will to be read at the funeral until we cover up the relative. Because in my family, once we start reading the will and we discover that nothing is left for us, we pick a big rock and we throw it on the coffin. And then we had another funeral where when we look, Adi, she died first, and then her husband, upon hearing that she died, he decided he would die. But before he died, he told us, now if my wife died before me,
Oh, man.
he was an old soldier. Please don't bury me in the old soldier cemetery
Oh, boy.
and bury my wife in Woodlawn Garden. He said, because it might rain and some night it might be too far to get to her or to leave the graveyard because he might get bad. So we decided we will bury the two of them in the grave. And the next thing we know, they put the wife first in the casket. And then they put her husband on top. And when I saw that, I hit Mama. I was young. I said, Mama, they put Auntie to the bottom and put Uncle on top. She said, boy, what'd you say? I said, they put your sister to the top. She said, they can smother my sister. And Mama started hollering, oh, take my sister, you're going to suffocate her. And so Philly DeMeritt, so you know it's a long time because Philly DeMeritt died about 91. Yeah. Oh. Philly DeMeritt had to dig up and take up my auntie, put down her husband first and lay her on top. So we have to be very careful. And they're the kind of funerals that I like to go to, honestly, where the will is read, people start rowing, people start cussing, Uncle didn't like us, and so forth. So we've always had wonderful cultural funeral. And our final funeral was a 15-year-old girl. We walk away, and when we listen, the young girl was crying. Everybody couldn't figure out who this girl crying over Uncle. So we said, Uncle, daughter. And so she goes, and she said to the girl, you know him, eh? So the girl said, that's my daddy. She said, is this your daddy? Say, yeah. So she said, well, why are you crying so hard? She said, I ain't gonna have no place to live because he used to pay the rent. My ma been dead. I don't know. So the girl go and tell her mother. Say, listen, daddy got one 15-year-old daughter. So the mother go over to the girl, question her. And when she give an explanation, she turned to her daughter and said, you know, your father's a decent man. He never told me about this child. He said, now child, you pack up your clothes, you moving in with me. And she took her husband, dead, sweetheart, child, home. And everybody lived good. So these are some of the things that happens in my family. I thought I'd tell that to you in view of the fact that the spiritual advisor has, spoke about the fact that when there is death, we must unite and we must play our role. But in my family, now my father's family is like they're more cultured. You follow? They're more educated. They don't do that. They keep quiet. But in my family, big row at the grave. And if Uncle ain't leave them cheering nothing, they throw a rock on him. And it is stone the casket. playing like they're in grief, but they mean to hit uncle with a big rock. So one of these days, you all have to try that at your funeral. If they read the will and you get left out, you just pick up the rocks. Oh, daddy dead! Boom! Oh, daddy dead! Boom! So that's how we do it in our family.
Oh, man.
And then everybody go home and, forget it. So this is powerful. Well, having said that, let me pay a bill perhaps first, and then we can look at some of the things that is happening in our society. Now, you will recall that I told you that Western Air now flies to North Iltv and Nassau on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings, as well as Sunday evenings. Visit www.westernairbahamas.com to book today. Western Air, it's powerful. So we thought we'd tell you that. And what else do I have to tell you? Yes, because I'm having a lot of citizens who are calling me about their eyes. So everyone with cataract, glaucoma, or other eye issues, Dr. Daniel Johnson is offering assistance to help without cost to benefit from government treatment plan for these issues. Treatment will take place in Cuba. Dr. Johnson, who is the Caribbean representative under the Smart States Ambassador platform, can be contacted at 242-376-7651. 242-376-7651 or 242-322-5402. 322-5402 or 242-427-5402. 242-427-5402. And this is powerful. So there's a lot of things to talk about. When we come back, this is Freedom March. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save families in dispute. God save King Charles III. Hold on, everybody. Let us declare war against those who will murder. Murderers should be hanged, and the FNM should lead the march. Hold on, everybody. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Freedom Match. My name is Rodney Monker. Bradley Roll is my spiritual advisor. This morning, Commissioner of Police Clayton Fernanda held, according to media report, a press conference designed to update the country on the murder which took place last Wednesday involving the Free National Movement Deputy Chairman, Don Sanders. Don Sanders, as we all are aware, is an immediate, I want you to listen to this, he is an immediate parliamentarian and an immediate deputy speaker of the Honorable House of Assembly. It's very, very significant. By his murder, and that is not to ignore the murder of countless citizens, but I am identifying Don Sanders. By his murder, it is a clear declaration that we are not safe. It is a clear declaration that the political leadership is not safe. It is disgraceful that a politician could be gunned down like a dog. I might as well say it to you. It is disgraceful. And I would not want to lead a political party and an immediate member of Parliament is gunned down. An immediate deputy speaker of the Honorable House of Assembly is gunned down. An immediate national chairman of the party is gunned down. And I sit as if I'm a sissy. That's what you're up against in this country. The F&M leadership comprises, God forgive me, and may Dr. Dwayne Sand continue to treat me. But they're acting as a bunch of weak-kneed sissy men. Somebody has to say it to them, and only me got the balls to tell it to them. Your deputy chairman is murdered, and you lack the political skill to say to F&Ms, come to the headquarters, let's pray. Come to the headquarters, let's sing. Come to the headquarters, let's send a message to the government that we must unite on a national issue like this. But they don't understand that. These are not leadership material. I want you all to listen to me. I'm an expert in what I'm telling you. Dr. Minnis, who is the leader, former though he is, of the Free National Movement, he was there and he showed up and he never condemned the murder and called for hanging. Michael Pentard never called for hanging. Now, why you think they didn't? Because they don't have any philosophical conviction. These are weak-kneed Negroes. That's what it is. So, the deputy speaker is gunned down. It's a disgrace. It is horrible. It's terrible for the reputation of the Bahamas that this can happen. And a party who say they won't be government, they don't know what to do. Why you want to lead an opposition party and you don't know what to do? Why? Why you want to be leader? Why you want to be national chairman? Why you want to be secretary general? Why? And your national deputy chairman is gunned down in the bushes. And you can't make up your mind on what to do. Isn't that amazing? Perhaps Michael may have forgotten because he ain't marched in a long time. But certainly, Dwayne Sands, he marched. He marched with Rupert Roberts and I. And he knows secretly where Rupert Roberts put all the flags. And he knows where Rupert Roberts is keeping the balance of the pro-hanging placards. And if he doesn't know, I can tell him where it is. But what is the FNM doing? Why would you want to support a political party who's not prepared to stand up? It's a disgrace. Terrible disgrace. So these are weak-kneed men, and they do not deserve government. They don't. That is a fact. They don't. Their job was supposed to start off by calling for a vigil right at the FNM headquarters. Call on all FNM and all Bahamians, and then petition the leadership of the party of the PLP and say, now, we got to unite on this one. But no. So therein lies your problem, a lack of conviction. It is like the best lacks all conviction, but the worst, that's me, is full of passionate intensity. So it's nothing to these fellas. Now you see why I hide over the weekend. I hid from them. Hide! I went into hiding! I hid from these Negroes! Bunch of weak-kneed, apologetic Negroes. That's what you're up against. You mean to tell me? From Wednesday to Wednesday? And they can't make up their mind whether or not they can have a church service at the FNM headquarters to denounce the murder of Don Sanders. Now you understand why I tell everybody, I'm the leader! Because certainly, if I was faced with that, I know precisely what needs to be done. I thought I'll throw that in their face. They lack conviction. And it's a very serious matter that has taken place. All the murders are serious. We saw it in Andres, where two Negro men appeared to have been ordering a drink, and the man who served them was their intended target. And as he bent over what appears to be getting ice for them, they took their guns, leaned over, and they opened fire on his back multiple times. That is what is taking place in our society. And we come up with all kind of arguments. I just love to listen to the educated Negroes. Man, I just love to listen to them. They're so educated, they're so intellectual, but they're a bunch of weak men. And the question is, what are we going to do to save the country? So, 6 Negroes in the Peardale area, 2 known to the police, 1 have on an ankle bracelet. I thought Monroe just got rid of a company who wasn't properly monitoring people with ankle bracelet. So a man with ankle bracelet, did he attract the gunman? And then another man who's also charged with another serious offense. So you end up with 6 people being shot. 6! Now you see why I had to go into hiding, because there's something called collateral damage. Mightn't come for you, but the fellas, them hand ain't straight. So since the hand ain't straight, they miss target, and you end up getting killed or seriously injured. So Don, he threw his luck with the FNM, became a parliamentarian, rose up the rank, became the deputy speaker, great potential, and then he is gunned down as if he is an animal. And the FNMA angry because they can't figure out what the public gonna say if they complain. The hell with the public. You tell the public, murder is wrong. You tell that to the public. You say to the public, murder is wrong. And we are committed to telling that to the country and those who will not change their hearts. If they want to commit murder, we are committed to moving the impediment and sending them to the gallows. That is what you do. That's it. Very easy matter. So, a whole political party, the deputy chairman is murdered. Michael ain't know what to do. Isn't that amazing? I can't attack Dwayne Sands. Every time I attack him, I get sick. So, I'm not going to attack him. I'd love to, but I'm not. So therein lies your problem. But it was good that the Commissioner of Police held a press conference this morning to inform the country that apparently maybe yesterday or thereabout, they arrested 2 Negro men who are well known to the police. And perhaps this morning they arrested the 3rd person. So they have 3 men in custody. So this is a very interesting case. And so that is good news that the police has 3 suspects. So we shall see where this evidence will lead us. But it's a terrible day in the country. And it don't make the country look good. Your former deputy speaker, he has been treated as a common criminal, just gunned down in the street, like a dog. That's what y'all proud of, right? Well, that's it. Somebody has to say it, God forgive me, that it's me at this time in my life. It's a very sad, sad thing. So I thought I'll tell that to you, that the police has the 3 men in custody. My spiritual advisor, do you wish to comment?
Well, Sandra, let me just say this as I listen to you. In the first instance, I do believe you may be preempting the leadership of the opposition and also the party itself.
Okay.
Right? And then second of all, Sandra, in all fairness, in all honesty to you and to the family of the late Don Sanders, I don't know if this is the right time to play politics.
I'm not playing politics.
This man's dead. Just let me finish, right? I don't know if it's correct to do that. And that, nobody in their right mind would ever say that what happened that night doesn't deserve punishment by those who performed that act. They should be brought in, and of course, if found guilty, prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. But they use this time to mix politics with this. It's very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. And I think there isn't any consideration to the family of this former member of parliament and also deputy speaker of the House. I think we should be a little bit more sensitive and, not to use this man's death as an opportunity to put a wedge between the moral thinking or the moral responsibility of the Free National Movement based on this murder. I mean, I think it's distasteful. I think you should put it back, And
well, I hear your comment. I disagree with you.
Just have a little bit more sensitivity.
Murder? No, my spiritual advisor.
Don't mix politics.
Don is dead. He has nothing to worry about. Those of us who are alive, we have a lot to worry about. It is when we are dead that we don't have to worry about. But Don is dead. May his soul rest in peace. And what are the realities? It is this kind of crime that we have to talk about, because there have been countless citizens who have been gunned down, and nothing on the face of it seems to come out of it. Those who have been accused, there are no fair in the society. So what is the reality? He is a politician. If you are a politician, we got to talk politics about you. There's nothing to do with insensitivity. He's been murdered. That's a fact.
Yeah, but you're using...
That's a fact. He's been murdered. That's a fact. And what is the next fact? His party, of which he is the deputy chairman, has not carried out 1 inch of political action. In fact, from all the statements I've read, no one has condemned murder. No one has condemned murder, and no one has called for punishment of anyone who commits murder. And that's the reality of the matter. Are you suggesting that we are to cover this up? We are not to debate it? No. We are to debate it. This ain't got nothing to do with covering up. This is not being insensitive. People are being killed. We saw the video out of Andres.
Yeah, but you're using it as... You try to gain political brownie points by using his man's death.
Whatever you think I am trying
don't do
to
it that
get
way.
Tell me how is the best way to tell the
F&M wouldn't have a vigil. They wouldn't come out and condemn.
It's Wednesday of last week.
They've already come out and condemned the murder. All right.
So where did they condemn it?
The deputy leader, the leader of the Free National Movement, spoke out against it. Dr. Minnie spoke out against it.
What they said?
Right? It's senseless. It was a senseless murder. I mean, it sounds like any Bahamian, any citizen that has gone down this country.
Take up for those 2 weightless men.
See, that's the point I'm making.
All right?
That's the point I'm making right there. See? Don't do that.
Do not take up for them.
Don't forget this.
These are
the young man has a family that is grieving.
My spiritual advisor.
So don't mix the politics with it.
No, he is the national deputy chairman of the Free National Movement. You can't be more political than that. Why you want to ignore that?
Why are you using this to gain political brownie points, though?
Whatever you think.
You're trying to score.
No! It's a murder too much.
Why didn't you say this was the last murder?
Which was the last
one?
Before that? Which was the last one?
And the murder before that. And the murder before that.
There's only one man who have record of organizing protests against murders and hanging murderers, and I've been consistent with that, and that's me. So don't play that with me. This is a very serious matter, and it has to be expressed. People are being killed, people are being shot. Over the weekend, six men had to be taken to the Princess Margaret Hospital. That's a very serious matter. Very, very serious matter. And it is only those who are the elected representative of the people who can deal with this matter. So this is the perfect issue for the official opposition to give its position and to agitate the government to agree, to unite, and hang murderers. Simple as that. There's no time for pussyfooting. We are in trouble. This man is a former parliamentarian. In 2021, he demitted office. That's when the new government was elected. So in 2021, he demitted office. So you can't ignore that. It's a very serious matter. Very serious matter. So you're being unfair to suggest that I'm only talking about this. I talk about all murders, but this one is a key one, because not only is he a well-known citizen, he is a former deputy speaker. Can you imagine reading that around the world? That the former deputy speaker of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas was gunned down. Just think about that. Think about picking up the English Mail and you read that the former deputy speaker in an English Parliament has been murdered. Just think about that. All right? It's a national disgrace. It needs to be condemned, and every Bahamian should rise up. And we all should agree that if you want to commit murder and you are convicted, we're going to hang you. That's what we're going to do, because it has to stop. And it is not stopping. People are emboldened because there is no fear, and there is no fear because there is no punishment. Simple as that. So it's a great opportunity if the FNM was sincere. But we are caught up in our personal belief. Oh, I don't believe in hanging. Oh, nobody can tell me who to hang. Quite agree. But people are killing people. And we shouldn't wait until they start killing our family, our close friends, before we then decide, boy, we better condemn this. No, man. It's so much killing. And it's scary. Something has to be done, and somebody got to be man enough and bold enough to say it. All right? So, as simple as that. Yeah, so it's good news that the police has arrested 3 men. 3 men. Okay? Yeah. Oh boy. Let me see. My iPad. Got an iPad. Yeah. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Well, I don't want to talk about the education. Yeah, okay, let's look at this report. Mass shooting sees 6 injured. A violent Easter saw multiple people taken to hospital after a shooting incident in New Providence, and another man shot dead in Andros. Early yesterday evening, a shooting took place that left 5 Negro men and a 16-year-old Negro lad in hospital. Police last night said they were aggressively searching for 3 Negro men after the incident. At about 6 p.m., the victims were standing at the front of a business on Peardale Road, south of Wolf Road, when a small silver vehicle pulled alongside, police reported. Police said 2 Negro men armed with firearms exit from the rear of the vehicle and opened fire on the group. The victims, aged 16, 20, 23, 37, 41, and 44, were all taken to hospital by private vehicle and by emergency medical services personnel, where they were being treated for non-life-threatening injuries. Police added that one of the victims is presently being electronically monitored for manslaughter and possession of firearm charges, and a second victim has court matters pending for attempted murder and possession of dangerous drugs. The incident follows a fatal shooting in Andros on Saturday. Kenton Farquharson was at his aunt's bar and restaurant on Saturday night, preparing for a bike ride on Andros for a motorcycle show over the weekend when he was shot dead. Kendall Farquharson, his father said the 30-year-old was with his older brother at the time. He said that someone came around the building and shot Kenton. Mr. Farquharson said, I was on the phone when I said, what happened? Kenton, what happened? He just started saying Kenton and started saying he dead. Okay? I saw no man. But the video evidence is there. Two Negro men approached him, seems to have ordered something. As he bent forward, almost as if he was getting ice or something, they all point the gun at his back and open fire. So, is this the kind of society you want? You can't go to Andres, huh? For hometown celebration? This is Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. Your Majesty, King Charles III. Your Majesty, when are we going to hang these convicted Negro citizens? God save the King. God save the King. Your Majesty, it's time to hang. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. Bradley Roll is our spiritual advisor. And of course, this is the time when we do birthdays. So I'm going to invite my spiritual advisor to do some birthdays. Bradley, if it pleases you.
Yeah, let's get some birthday shout outs done today. Mr. Medusa, I'll follow you. We got quite a bit to do, actually, today. Let's go. Let me go from the top. Who do we have? Okay, so let's do this. Happy 91st birthday to Dorothy Bowe. Dorothy Bowe is celebrating her 91st birthday. And of course, this is coming from her children, the staff at Community Hardware. Happy 91st birthday, Dorothy Bowe. Okay. Oh, yes, these are past birthdays. Laurentine Knowles, yes, who is a member of the Lord's Church. She had a birthday past. So happy birthday, Laurentine. We hope you enjoyed your birthday coming from your husband and your children. Of course, the Harry Park Church of Christ family. We hope you enjoyed your birthday. And of course, blessings be upon you. All right, who do we have next? Okay, and we want to wish a happy birthday to Florine Wallace. Florine Wallace is coming from her daughters, Yaniki, Clarice, and Kissy. Your grandsons, Stephan, Marius, McKee, Gordon Jr., your granddaughters, Taria and Skylar, sisters and brothers, in-laws, Aunt Verdell, and cousins. So happy birthday to Florine Wallace. And then this young lady, we want to say a happy 8th birthday to Cassie Sirai Campbell, who celebrated her special day on Sunday. Love and blessings from your parents, your sisters, your grandparents, your aunts, your uncles, cousins, especially your mom, Tamika Brown, your aunt Deli, Rika, and Shauna. So happy 8th birthday to Cassie Sirai Campbell. All right, and let's see, who do we have next? We want to send a happy birthday shout out to Miss Delary Hutchinson in Harbor Island. Happy 66th birthday to you. It's coming from your children, your grandchildren, your family, and friends in Briarland. So happy 66th birthday to Delary Hutchinson. All right, who else do we have? Okay, yes, so we want to wish this gentleman happy 71st birthday to Michael and Bristol. Michael and Bristol, of course, is coming from your lovely wife, Lorna, your children, grandchildren, and your great-grand. Happy birthday, Michael and Bristol. We do appreciate your support here. Freedom March, you and your wife faithfully watch the show every single day. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Michael and Bristol. Let's see, who do we have next? Miss Medusa. Okay, there we go. We want to wish a happy birthday to this beautiful Miyushi Smith. Miyushi Smith is celebrating her 48th birthday. She did that on Sunday, and it's coming from your little brother, Kishno. So happy 48th birthday to the beautiful sister, Miyoshi Smith. Okay, and then, of course, we want to wish a very special happy birthday to Patricia Dane Carter, who celebrated her birthday on Sunday. Is coming from her sisters, Lillian, Gert Lane, and Annie, her nieces, nephews, the Dane family, members of the Upper Longest Group, and the Camp Road Union Baptist Church, all her former co-workers at EMS. Happy birthday to Patricia Dean Carter. All right. Let's see. Do you have this, Sandra? Is this you?
No, I don't think so. I'm doing the one with Leslie Forbes.
So we want to send a happy birthday shout out to this person. I'm sorry, Mr. Medusa. I'm trying to see if I can find that. Oh, yes, we go. Okay, right here. We extend a happy birthday to my niece, Regine. Bethel is coming from her grandmother, Mary. Mother, Virginia, sisters, uncles, cousins, and entire family. It's from your Uncle Derek Brown. Okay, now I understand what's happening. Happy extended birthday to my niece, Regine Bethel, from your Uncle Derek Brown. All right, great.
Ready for me?
What else do we have?
I ready to do 2 birthday.
All right.
Ready for me? Or you have some more?
Go ahead, Santa. You go ahead.
Well, let me start off by saying happy birthday to Leslie Forbes. And of course, birthday greetings come to him from his cousin, Nora Cooper. Also, it comes to him from his sister. That would be Cynthia. Yes, Cynthia. And of course, it also comes to him from his other sister, Isabel, and a brother, Curtis Forbes. Haldane Chase, a professor in both French and Spanish. Haldane celebrated a big birthday yesterday, so I want to use that opportunity to wish Haldane Chase a very happy birthday, and I thought it's powerful. And of course, I want to do a shout out to my producer, that would be Evans Octius. So Evans Octius, I want to shout him out. He is a good Negro citizen, and that is powerful. Yeah.
The shout out he's doing. Who these two people by the Breakfast Club? There's a lady and a toddler. I mean, a young girl.
Okay. Well, shout them out, my spiritual advisor.
Okay, so special shout out to them. But you're the leader of the women now.
Indeed, I am leader.
And this is your shout out, not mine.
It's my shout out?
This is yours, yeah.
I didn't realize that. Please forgive me. To one of the woman them, I salute you and to baby them. And this is powerful. Okay?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Are we finished or you have more?
I just want to do this quick announcement quickly.
Go ahead.
If you allow me. I sent it already. Let's see. What do we do here? Yeah. So, Sandra, man, you're aware that this coming weekend, we're going to bury our father. So my father is scheduled to be buried this coming Saturday, April the 6th at 10 a.m.
Okay.
At the Church of God Auditorium at Joe Farrington Road. Of course, Moses Johnson, who's the lead elder there, will be doing the eulogy. But this Thursday, April the 4th, there's going to be a memorial service held at Pinewood Gardens Ministries, which is located at the corner of Willow Street and Sapodilla Boulevard.
Who conducts that service?
Kimsley Ferguson.
Okay, that's the president of the union?
Yeah, he will be conducting that memorial service. So for those who don't know where the church building is, Mount Tabor congregation meets just on the opposite side, well, nearly on the opposite side. And Sapodilla and Willow Tree, there's a yellow building. Yeah, that's where Pinewood Garden Ministries actually meets. And that's where my father previously pastored the Pinewood Gardens Ministries. So memorial service will be held for him there at 7 p.m. on Thursday. This Thursday coming, that's day after tomorrow. April the 4th at 7 p.m. The Church of God Pinewood Ministries. And then, of course, the funeral service is scheduled to be held on Saturday, April the 6th, 10 a.m. At the Church of God Auditorium, Joe Farrington Road. He would then be buried at the Lakeview Memorial Park. I can tell you, I'm starting to feel different again. Now that we're getting closer to burying my dad, I still, grabbing the fact that he is dead, though understanding that it's an appointment that we all must meet. But, the mere fact that he's not going to be around, the times when I do go up to his house to clean his yard, the mere fact that, as soon as I crank the lawnmower up, he comes outside so we could have our walk and our talk. I'm going to miss that. I can tell you faithfully, whenever I go up to my father's house to clean his yard, he comes out so that we could have our walk and our talk. But I noticed that it was changing.
Okay.
And I recognized that my father was slowly going downhill, because for the last 2 months or so, he didn't come outside to meet me when I came out there to clean his yard.
Yes.
I recognized at least 2 or 3 months ago that things was rapidly declining with him, and that he was not, it's not himself. But it's life. He has a legacy that he's left behind, and he's gonna always be remembered. I can tell you that I do believe that when the history book of our family is written, and you look at all the characters in the book, my father probably is going to stand out as being one who was different in every aspect and every respect
Really?
of the word. Yeah, he was different. He was different. But we have to now lift our mom up. She's 84. She's not healed completely from her surgery, and that's one of the things that I dread. I always say to myself, you know, I really hope my mom would, she would get 100% before anything happens, and she would then have to attend a funeral not being 100%, you know. But hey, God is in control.
God is in control.
We have no control over these things.
Yeah.
So me and my brother will have the task now to make sure that she is taken care of while at that funeral, and we're just praying and hoping that everything goes well.
I think everything will go well, my spiritual advisor.
That is my dad, and we're gonna lay him to rest on Sunday.
Celestial Roll.
Yeah, out of Rollville, Exuma.
Wow. What a wonderful father you had.
Yeah.
A wonderful citizen.
Yeah.
And he was a wonderful stalwart in the governing Progressive Liberal
Pure
Party.
PLP. I can remember me and him. And listen, my father is a Penland PLP.
How then did you get Pentrury? Why did you go Pentrury?
As a matter of fact, somebody asked about who's the current member of parliament for Yamakro.
The current member of parliament happens to be Fane. What is Fane's surname? Is Fane a Saunders?
Who's the current member of parliament? Who's now sitting?
I thought it was Fane Saunders. Did I say
is it Zane Lightburn? No.
Zane Lightburn.
That's what it is, right?
Yeah.
Right, it's Zane Lightburn.
Thank you, my spiritual advisor.
Yeah.
Zane Lightburn, I apologize.
Yeah. And of course, my father loved Melanie Griffin. I can tell you.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And as a matter of fact, they were very, very close friends.
Okay.
You know, I always wonder if, I don't have any contact for her, but I'm wondering if she recognized that he's died.
I thought she was in Canada.
That's where she is.
So I thought.
Mind you, I haven't heard or seen her for a long time.
Okay. I might be wrong, but for some reason I thought she was in Canada.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm certain you could always contact the governing Progressive Liberal Party, and the party would be able to tell you where you can find her. Yeah. Yeah. So on Thursday evening there will be a memorial.
Memorial, yeah.
What time is the memorial?
It starts at 7 p.m. at Pinewood Garden Ministries. It starts at 7 p.m.
Then on Friday.
And then on Saturday, April the 6th at 10 a.m., the funeral service for my dad will be held at the Church of God Auditorium in Joe Farrington Road.
Yes, you're on TV.
She is in Canada. She ain't come. She was out for the holiday.
Okay. Now, who are you talking about?
She always come to me, then she come.
Who you mean is in Canada?
Mrs. Griffin.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, she is in Canada.
All right, thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Medusa. Bless you, my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we finished with those?
Yeah, we're done.
Okay.
We can move on.
Yeah. Well, folks, we're still preoccupied with this murder involving the Free National Movement deputy chairman on the 28th of March, perhaps a day after the murder, the national chairman of the Progressive Liberal Party, that would be the minister responsible for foreign affairs, Fred Mitchell, he issued a statement on behalf of the Prime Minister, the Cabinet, and members of the governing Progressive Liberal Party. So I want to just look at some of the things that Mr. Mitchell had to say. It goes like this. It is with profound shock and horror, as Fred Mitchell, that our community received the news of the murder of Don Sanders, former MP and Deputy Speaker. This is painful. No words are adequate to describe this unspeakable act. He was an honorable and worthy opponent, a young man who made his contribution to the building up of the common life of our Commonwealth. He served our country with devotion and fidelity. In doing so, he broke the mold of what is often expected of young men in our country, succeeding in lifting himself by his bootstrap. In a personal sense, we commune at the same denomination, at the same denominational table. So they both go to St. Agnes Anglican Church. I watch him grow from a youngster in Freeport and in Exuma through to university, success at the Bar of England and Wales, and in the Bahamas, in partisan politics, and in public life as an MP and Deputy Speaker, says Fred Mitchell. We are all diminished by this senseless act that has led to a senseless death and a loss to our national community. On behalf of our leader, the Prime Minister, the Deputy Prime Minister, and the entire parliamentary team, our officers and members, we extend our condolences to his widow, children, and the entire family. May he rest in peace. So Fred Mitchell has pointed out the academic qualification of Donald Sanders, and notwithstanding his academic qualification, his contribution to nation building, we run a society so recklessly that he is murdered. Isn't that interesting? Notwithstanding all of that, he is murdered. It is my hope that tomorrow, if it is God's will, I'd like to read a statement that was issued by the governing Progressive Liberal Party Deputy Leader and Deputy Prime Minister. It is a very important statement because Deputy Prime Minister Chester Cooper, if I understood that which I read, he said that he was angry over the death of Donald Strawn. Chester said he was angry over it. And I asked Donald, help me with the name.
Sanders.
Donald Sanders. Chester Cooper, the Deputy Prime Minister, said he was upset over the death of Donald Sanders. He was angry. Very important. So I have a question for our beloved Deputy Prime Minister, and that is, why are you angry? What about this debt that has made you angry? And perhaps I may suggest to the Deputy Prime Minister, I may ask him, are you angry because you know that the murderers will not be hanged? Somebody has to ask these questions because the men of the country are weak men. I don't know what their problem is. They're weak. They're weak. They're weak. You want to run the country, you got to be strong and brave. So Chester is angry. Ever since it was brought to my attention how the Deputy Prime Minister is so angry over this debt, I asked myself, why is Deputy Prime Minister Chester Cooper angry? Why is he angry? Why is he so upset? Certainly he must understand that those of us who will commit murder must be punished. So my job would be to track his statement down and produce it. I'm going to tender it tomorrow, if it's God's will, so we can see why is this Deputy Prime Minister so upset, and what must he do to alleviate himself from being upset. It's those things, but it is very tragic what has taken place in our country. The fact that we have no problem in shooting at one another. We have no problem with this level of terrorism. Can you imagine that we want to go to Haiti to stabilize the Haitian gangs, and we have lost control of our gangs? Isn't that what we are told? These are gang killing, but y'all won't go to Haiti. I would want to think that we should leave the Haitian gangs alone and deal with our Negro gangs. Yeah, that is what I think. We want to go to Haiti. We don't know Creole. We don't want to learn Creole, but we want to go to mess with barbecue. Meanwhile, our gang killed our former deputy speaker. But y'all want to go to Haiti? Pookie Sa! Why? For what? For what? When we have our own Negro gang. And it is easier to rope in our gang, because our gangs are real criminals, real gangsters. So these are some of the things that is affecting us. We won't go to Haiti. They won't go to Haiti. We won't go to Haiti. But we got the problem right here. All right? The Haitian, their president got assassinated. And our deputy speaker, former though he be, he too was murdered. Gang warfare. This is pretty much Bunde Sauve Roi, God save the king. Bunde Sauve Haiti, God save Haiti. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, God save King Charles III. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. Bradley Roll is my spiritual advisor, and I'm so troubled over the fact that the Free National Movement has not even called for an hour of prayer so that friends, supporters, family members of Don Sanders, our boy.
Man, you got it bad.
I'm getting old. Don Sanders can come together and remember him.
Don King. Wow.
Don King. Yeah, it's so many famous names.
He's a promoter.
Don Sanders, yes. So, but my spiritual advisor, this is the time that you take calls.
Yeah, we're going to take some calls.
I'm going to turn it over to you. Are you sure, as your father's funeral is drawing near,
yeah,
this is not a great burden on you?
Well, no.
Okay.
I don't know how I'm going to feel Thursday and Friday.
Okay.
But if
the funeral is Saturday.
Yeah, if honestly, emotionally, if I feel as if I can't be on the show Thursday or Friday, I want to publicly ask management to please excuse me.
But my spiritual advisor, I need your spiritual support.
Yeah. But if I can't, if I become, because as it draws near, I'm just feeling a certain way.
I understand.
I'm just hoping that management would excuse me if I'm not here Thursday and Friday. As you begin to think.
Yeah. I think everything is gonna.
I'm
work out.
Yeah, I'm really hoping
for you.
I'm hoping because I have to say a few words to my father's funeral.
Of course.
And I'm just hoping that I do have the strength and the courage.
Certainly you will have the strength
to do so.
Your family is not like my family. There'll
that?
be no row at your funeral.
Every family got their issues, Sandra.
Really?
And my family is no exception.
Spiritual advisor, you're not going to be allowed to row at the thing. If you start rowing, I'm going to walk out the funeral.
We're going to row
right now.
after the funeral.
You could row after
when the funeral's over, then we can row.
Yeah.
But every family got their issues. Make no mistake about it.
But my family, we row in the graveyard.
Yeah. But the lines are open actually. 323-7775 is the number to call. 6980775. Welcome to Freedom March call. You're live.
Hello.
Good afternoon, caller. How are you?
Good afternoon. I'd like to say happy birthday to Martha Manka from Butler's Alley.
Okay.
And get well soon.
This is
Sick
powerful.
in hospital.
Cousin Martin in the hospital?
Yes.
You didn't tell me.
Yes, Martha's in hospital, private medical.
Okay. Well, thank
All right,
you.
sir. Thank you very much.
All right.
You're welcome. 323-7775. Welcome to Freedom March call. You're live.
Church lights up.
Good afternoon. How are you, sir?
How you doing? I'm calling for down here. I'm going to offer my condolences.
Thank you so much. I do appreciate you.
Yeah, to Nick.
Yeah.
I don't know how you can take I'm sitting next to you, and he's telling all these guys, because just the other night, we had a big memorial at the headquarters, and Clinton spoke mostly and apologized. So you see, Rodney Monto got to stop spinning things just to put the PLC.
So where was the memorial? Where was the memorial? Where was the memorial? Where was the memorial?
At the headquarters, man.
In Nassau?
In Nassau.
Okay, well, thank you for correcting me. I'm happy to hear it. Thank you.
Rodney wants you to apologize.
No, I don't need to apologize. If the party had a memorial, praise the Lord. You must stop having low-key memorial. Sing it from the rooftop, so I'll know.
So if you come on the TV and tell us that the weatherman said there's a storm coming, then we can believe you then.
Listen to me. I'm happy that the party had a memorial, but you all kept it too low-key. Other than that, I would have been attending. So I apologize, and I'm happy.
Let me take the opportunity. You ain't invited to nothing that the party have no more.
You are the last man to tell me what I'm not invited to, because when I was an F&M, you was a little boy.
Yeah, I don't know how that is. You're 68 and I'm 70.
Well, I was a little boy then.
Yeah.
Take good care.
You're still a little boy.
Okay. Thank you. Take good care, and thank you for correcting me. Yeah. What's the problem? Next phone. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Hello, my dear. How are you?
How are you?
Listen, I am fine. My spiritual advisor is laughing at me.
I noticed that.
Yeah, he said.
Yeah, so how is my leader doing today?
Listen, I
Oh,
feel
boy.
good. Praise the Lord. I got one or two things off my mind,
Right.
so I give God thanks. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
This is
I'm
great.
just calling in
Yes.
to give my deepest and sincere sympathy to spiritual advisor
I appreciate you.
on the passing of his father,
This
Thank you
is
so
kind of
much.
you.
and to you and Myrtlyn and Rochelle, your mom, and the entire family
Yes, ma'am.
from Narissa and Ulysses.
I thank you so
And I
much.
pray God's blessings on the family.
I thank you. This Miss Monroe? This Monroe?
Yes.
I
this
thank
is
you so
Narissa's
much.
mother.
Yes, I haven't heard from you in a long time. I thank you much. And
Yeah,
God
I'm
bless
right
you.
here.
Thank you.
Okay, my spiritual advisor,
Yes,
Mr.
ma'am.
Monica. Have a good evening.
Yes, you
Do
too.
well, my dear. God bless you.
All right. 323-7775 is the number to call. 6980775. 6980776. Could you turn your radio down for us, please?
She's leaving us.
Before we take your call. Welcome to Freedom March, caller. Good afternoon. You're live.
Hi, good afternoon, my leader. How are you?
Listen, I am fine. How are you, my dear?
I'm doing fabulous. Spiritual advisor, my condolences to you and your family.
And I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Mr. Monday, I have a question for you first before I get to what I want to ask you.
Go ahead, my dear.
When every member of parliament gets a stipend from government to help with their constituency, right?
That is true.
Okay, I want to put a public announcement out for Basel, marking down Tuesday and be for Make Warner.
Okay.
He needs to go get the money back to the public treasury and go retire.
No, Basil is a very good member of parliament. What?
Being a good member of parliament is taking care of your own. He may be a good person, but he's a lousy member of parliament. The people on Make Warner and suffering, he's awful. He wouldn't allow them people or have them people to pass a Kool-Aid.
Listen, there must be a miscommunication. I know him personally, and he's...
Well, Mr. Monka, you can know someone personally, but when you leave, then they leave your space. You don't know what they're really doing, you know.
Well,
Only person you can swear for is you and maybe spiritual advisor.
Well, what to do is give me a call later. I'm supposed to see Mr. and Basil, and I will speak to him.
But my biggest problem, the inspector supposed to come from BPL from last year to my parents' house so they could get their light on in their part of their house. My God, this is already April.
Well,
She reached out to a member of parliament. He ain't do deadly stuff. You're in the position to reach out to these people. Look, it's like McWaters of a forgotten island.
well, BPL has to be called upon to be accountable.
Yeah. And if you know BPL, they will run you wrong. But if I go to my member in parliament and say, look, this is the situation, he's supposed to be able to reach the MP who in charge or the minister who in charge. And look, I have a concern situation. From last year, this is now April.
Well, I'm going to make a suggestion to you. Perhaps you should speak to the minister responsible for BPL. Do you know Mrs. Jobette Colby Davis?
If Basel marking that class gets a house, you think I will be able to get that?
Take it from
Some
me.
people are run you wrong.
No. She is very approachable. You
Mr.
call me.
Monka, only when election time, these people, it make themselves available.
Call me.
When they sitting high and pretty hard, they don't make themselves
You
available.
call me tomorrow.
I got a BPL now, I have to cut a movie because they're telling me.
No.
Wrong and wrong and wrong and wrong.
You call me tomorrow, and I'll put you and Miss Jobette Colby together.
Mr. Monka, don't make no promises. I like your children.
I know if I make a promise to you, you and I will find Mrs. Colby. Okay?
Okay, then.
Do well, my love. This is powerful.
323-7775. Welcome to Freedom March. Call your live.
Yeah, good afternoon. How you doing?
We're doing well. Thank you so much, sir.
Spiritual advisors, I have my sympathy.
I appreciate
That's
you.
on your father.
I appreciate you.
Stay strong and remember and reflect on the good times. Think about them, children.
Absolutely. That's a
Yeah.
powerful statement. That's extremely
sir.
powerful.
Mr. Mungo, good afternoon, sir.
Thank you, sir. How are you doing?
All is well. I agree with you 1,000%. We need to start hanging.
Thank you, sir.
I support you 1,001%.
I thank you. I thank you.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right.
323-7775. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Richard Advisor, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you, sir?
All is well. Senator,
God save the king.
God save the king.
Oh, yeah.
Question. You spoke about a video over the weekend about a shooting in Andrea.
Yes.
How accurate is this video?
From all indication, you were able to see when the two Negro men entered. You were able to see when one communicated with a person who appeared to bend over forward to retrieve something. And then you see where the two Negro men pulled their guns and hold it over his back and open fire.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, did you have a chance to look at the time or the date stamp on the video?
I didn't look specifically for that, but I'm satisfied with the authenticity of it.
No, it is a real video, but if you look at the date stamp, this is like you got the information from the Haitian man in Freeport.
Are you suggesting to me that that is not a genuine video?
The date isn't. It is a genuine video, but it wasn't shot in Nassau.
No, not in Nassau.
Andrea, sorry, Andrea.
It was not?
No, sir.
Okay, then. Well, then I would have to talk with other officials. Where are you suggesting?
That even happened on the 22nd.
When did that happen?
2022.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Well, I thank you for correcting me. I will personally
2022
to the Commissioner of Police.
Yeah, man. Because I know you're going to be a credible man, and I don't want you spread the wrong information.
Yeah, well, that person who provided me with that information, I will personally complain to Mr. Monroe because I'm not to be provided with misleading information.
So that could be said, the information from the Haitian man in Freeport.
No.
That's wrong also.
Don't do that to me. Did you notice that I discontinued talking about it? Did you notice?
I notice now.
Do you know why?
Because it probably was responsive.
No! They set a trap for me.
Oh.
So I
fell for it.
No, just listen. They set a trap. And if I had commented further, they would have been able to trace my source.
Oh, wow.
So
someone was insane.
Let's put it this way. It's magic. Okay.
Thank you, caller.
Do well.
Oh, sorry. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Spiritual advisor.
Good afternoon. How are you?
How are you, sir?
Great. Thank you.
Blessings over you and your family, sir.
I appreciate that.
Our bereavement.
I appreciate you.
But Brother Bunker,
Sir.
listen to me. We must have the best, and I brag it now, the best member of parliament in the Bahamas, in Bamboo Town. We had a discussion over breakfast this morning. Bamboo Town headquarters, I'm not saying the only one, but one of the only headquarters that is still remained open every day.
Really?
Monday to Friday.
What do y'all
9 to 5.
What do y'all find to do and to discuss every day?
They do a lot of things. They meet with a lot of the seniors, people coming. My member of parliament meet at least once a week with a constituent.
Okay.
See face to face. She ain't sending nobody to talk for her, and she ain't let nobody talk, but she see them face to face at least once a week.
Who is your member of parliament?
The Speaker of those assembly, the Honorable Pat DeVoe, Patricia DeVoe.
Okay.
I also want to comment on the road work in the Kennedy constituency, East Street South, Zion Boulevard. I also want to comment on the work now that's now going on with all of the parks. She really has the Bamboo Town people in her heart. She's working. She's working. And I you know, when the members of parliament do wrong, everybody jump on the radio and make noise and try to pull them down. So when they're doing good, let's give them the credit.
I agree with you.
And in closing, I think Auckland and Cricket Island has the best acting member of parliament today, Mr. Jenkinson.
Thank you so much, caller.
I go on that one.
Yeah, take care. 323-7775. Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live. Caller, you there? Hello? All right, next caller. Welcome to Freedom March, caller.
Hello.
Good afternoon, you're live.
Yes, good afternoon. Comment on election payment.
Sorry?
I want to make sure I'm
Go ahead. Let's hear you.
well, election. Well, no, who is charged?
Your call is garbled. We're not hearing you clearly. I'm so sorry. You wanna call us back from another line, maybe? Or you're calling us from a cell phone? Your call has been interrupted.
Hello.
Welcome to Freedom March, call. You're live.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hi, Mr. Munker.
Hello, my dear. How are you?
And hello, Mr. Rose.
Hi, how are you, ma'am?
Now, let me get you all started out right now. I am fine, Mr. Munker. Mr. Munker.
Yes.
Now, I can talk from my member of parliament, Mr. Barker's Road. Barker's Road office stays open every day.
Really?
He sees people on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Well, I have a question to ask you about him. Has he fixed the pool?
Oh, yes. And listen here.
What pool am I talking about? What pool?
Pool out by the beach. And he also cleaned out by South Beach. Oh, there by South Beach. We just had a magnificent something good for the residents yesterday. We had a grill and chill. And it was nice and organized.
But I want to know, listen to my question, is the public pool by South
Yes,
Beach?
sir.
So
Yes,
if I went there tomorrow, I will meet a pool that has been repaired and cleaned up?
Well, Mr. Munker, I would like to say I know it was clean and very clean out in the back. But I know that pool is underneath youth and sports, you know.
Yeah, but Mr. Bacchus works in the Ministry of Works, and
Yes, sir. And he's looking into it because I've already spoken to him concerning it.
Anyway, what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you and Bacchus until Monday of next week. So you make sure you go there tomorrow and check it out before I arrive. Because if I get there and it ain't fixed, I can carry on, okay?
Mr. Munker,
Yes?
listen to me. Mr. Bacchus Road is the king of the South. You can see South Beach is licking and picking every other week. We're doing things for South Beach.
I want the pool fixed.
The office stay open.
I want the pool fixed, okay?
Thank you. We appreciate you calling.
Thank you.
We know Bacchus is working hard.
And I'll let you know. All right, sir?
Call
Yeah.
me tomorrow, let me know.
Yeah, she's right.
All right.
All right.
Thank you so much. She's right. Welcome to Freedom March.
She's right about what?
Yeah, Bacchus is working.
The pool has been
Well,
fixed.
I'll have to check into that question. Welcome to Freedom March, caller.
Good afternoon, Mr. Spiritual Advisor.
Good afternoon, sir.
And good afternoon, Mr. Rodney Munker.
Sir, how are you?
I'm fine, sir, but I am calling for prayers for my granddaughter who is terminally ill
Wow.
with fourth-stage cancer.
Oh, wow.
We're sorry to hear that.
And right now, as I am speaking, she is crying and having excruciating pain. And she is at the point right now that she wants to give up on life.
Wow.
How old
But
is
I
she?
am asking you all, as well as all the prayer warriors under the sound of my voice, who live in this Bahama land and elsewhere, to go on your knees and pray for her.
You're so
Please.
sorry. Yes,
How
we
old
will.
is she?
You pray for her with all your might, that God will do a new thing in her life, and that she will be granted
Healing.
favor and healing in the
Yes,
name of Jesus
yes.
Christ of Nazareth.
Okay.
Please.
Absolutely.
And I know
What is her name?
her name is Marcia Rami.
Marcia Raman. Okay.
Yes, sir.
We'll do that for you, sir.
I appreciate that very,
yeah,
very much, Mr. Spiritual Advisor,
Yes,
Mr. Munker.
yes.
Yeah,
Our
we're
heart goes
sorry
out
to
to
hear
you and your granddaughter.
How old is she?
She's only 26 years old.
Wow.
Okay.
And right now she can hardly walk.
Wow.
At least in the last couple of days, she has been deteriorating.
Wow.
We're sorry to hear that.
It's
I'm
so
sorry
unfortunate.
myself.
Yeah.
It's so unfortunate. It's so unfortunate.
I know
Prayer changes things. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes,
It's all in the Master's hand. We thank you so much, and we'll be praying for you.
Yes, and I love you both. You're
Thank
great
you.
Christian warriors.
We love you
Thank
too,
you.
brother.
Thank
we love
you.
you too.
Take care, man.
Absolutely.
God bless you. Thank
All
you
the
very
best
much
to you.
for your kind words.
Take care.
Hello?
Welcome to Freedom March Caller. You're live.
Hello?
Welcome to Freedom March Caller. You're live.
Spirit advisor?
Yes, ma'am. How are you?
I am calling for 7 Hills Bamboo Town. It's a disgrace. Could you please tell my representative to please take a walk in 7 Hills?
What part?
7 Hill, opposite Fitzwilliam High School.
Oh.
Now you know where my oldest brother live?
Who's the oldest brother?
Mighty.
Yes, sir. Right on the corner.
Now, is there rubbish around my brother's place?
Plenty, and plenty dialect cars.
And
Please
all them-
tell
all
my
them-
representative.
Come on,
to
let's get this
please
clear.
come in 7 Hill.
All them
Hill.
children,
Who's the representative?
all them children my brother got that they ain't clean up around the
I
yard.
said 7 Hill, Hillcrest Drive.
Okay, I have to
Hillcrest
come down
Drive,
there
okay.
to see what my brother children is doing because my brother got must be about 2 or 3
Okay.
loaded children in the back there, and
Okay.
that's enough children to clean up around that
They're
property.
not on, because they are mad. They told me they are mad with the representative.
Who's the representative?
My brother's children?
Yes, sir.
My brother's children?
Your brother children.
Really?
You know what they told me? I can tell you on the line right now.
Let me hear it.
They told me because they wanted the park. They was having the park to clean, and the representative give it to some, and they is a PLP.
I have to go and see my
Come,
brother's
please come.
children.
You please come.
I'll come. Look for me tomorrow, eh?
What time? I on my porch every day.
Well, you can hear me blowing a car horn.
Okay.
Okay.
Welcome to Freedom March Caller.
Spiritual, how are you doing?
Good afternoon, sir.
Brother Monka, how are you, sir?
I'm fine, sir.
Yes, sir. Mr. Mom got to top of the show. I appreciate your outrage for murder and everything else. I know you true to cause. You've always been a representative for the small man, but it seems to me that your outrage is misdirected.
Okay.
Right? I mean, you
help
sit
me.
around the table with the people who could take action today, tomorrow, in regards to hanging, and as a matter of fact, just general policing in this country. It's lacking. That's where the outrage should be. You know, I mean, like Chester Cooper said the other day, the opposition will have their say, and the government will have their way. So, I mean, we could play on the emotions about prayer meeting and sound service and all that, but law, you know, I mean, action for the small man in regards to crimes. It's terribly needed. You are right. It's a disgrace what's happening in this country with crime, right? And the outrage should be directed at the people who have the power. It's still the government's duty to protect the people, Mr. Montana. You realize that?
And what is the role of the opposition?
To keep their feet to the fire.
Well, they sure ain't catch no fire.
No, yeah, well, that remains to be seen. But,
Well,
but the point is,
there's no fire. Wednesday of last week, the deputy chairman was murdered.
yes,
And tomorrow is a week later.
yes.
And the FNM, they're pussyfooting.
Yes, but Mr. Montana, Mr. Rose said that is one of 40 plus murders that's happened in this country for the year.
We're focusing
I mean,
on this particular one because it's high profile. You saw the papers
yes,
today?
and what is the government doing, Mr. Montana, in regards to the crime in the country?
Well, the government has to unite with the opposition so they both would agree that you should hang. The FNN don't believe in hanging and the PLP don't believe in hanging. There's
it would seem like to me that's a sad escape for the government.
No, the PLP doesn't believe in hanging, and the FNM doesn't believe in hanging. There's only one man in the country who believes in hanging, and that's me.
So when are you going to lead this march and this protest?
We run out of time.
Now.
We run out of time.
Listen, call me back tomorrow and we'll discuss that. You ready to march? Listen, folks, and we're coming to the end of our meeting. I want you to pray for the gentleman whose granddaughter is suffering.
Krifta? Okay, keep talking. Go ahead.
Who's suffering from cancer. It's a very sad story. So she needs prayer. We all need prayer. As it relates to capital punishment, Bahamians everywhere must petition the Parliament and call on the Progressive Liberal Party and the Free National Movement to unite and hang the murderers. The King is coming. King Charles III. God save the King. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. And we salute the Carifta team